Rusty coffee mug 42. Is it the meaning of life? No, because it's a coffee mug and not a tea mug. The question is, though, is it worth upgrading from a belt-driven wheel to a direct drive if I only race occasionally? No, not necessarily. This is one of the things that annoys me about sim racing, actually, and just life in general. If you're happy with something, keep being happy with that thing that you're happy with, and don't ever feel pressured into upgrading or getting new things, or because someone else seems to have something, you need it as well. You don't need it. Other than tea bags and biscuits and some milk for your tea, you don't need it. Random Call Sign, you should subscribe to him. Recently did a video about this as well. Check out his channel. But yeah, if you're happy with something, you don't need it. Now, with all that out the way, keep in mind, I am a humongous shill, because I'm a YouTuber influencer, the worst type of person on earth, basically. Almost as bad as an estate agent, but not quite. Because of that, I will say, direct drive wheels are absolutely amazing, and they will really transform the experience of playing a racing simulator. Have I just undermined what I said at the start of this video? The fact is, a sort of 8 Newton meter, or like maybe ideally 12 Newton meter, but like 8 Newton meter direct drive wheel with a certain amount of RPM capacity, a certain spec of wheel, gets you to a degree of information that basically lets you feel anything that any simulator would put out. Now, 12 Newton meters is sort of the sweet spot, but I say like 8 Newton meters, even some of the lower direct drive wheels, still are like massively better than the G25s, the Momo Blacks, the T300s, T500s, G293s. So I think if you, I mean, your question, you race occasionally, well, you probably don't care. It's probably a casual thing. You'll have lots of fun. I think if you're asking the question, though, you may be in that mindset of not being occasional. You may be looking to ruin your life with even more sim racing. God forbid. And I think if you do put a lot of time into sim racing, a 8 or 12 Newton meter direct drive wheel will very likely provide value to you as a player of Sims, and will be a good purchase. Of course, only if you use my affiliate link. If you don't, then it'll be terrible. But yeah, I think you do really get good value from it, but only if you were going to spend like a couple of hours a week sim racing. But yeah, if you're happy with what you've got, keep using what you've got. That's the thing. So it's very hard. It's quite a personal thing to answer with someone. But DD wheels are absolutely phenomenal. A really good thing I do think with sim racing hardware is that it tends to hold its value quite well, even with the belt-driven wheels. So if you've got a belt-driven wheel and you're like, oh, I don't really like sim racing, and you can normally eBay it and get quite a lot of your money back, or if you have a belt-driven wheel, eBay it, upgrade to a high-quality wheel, normally you can also then get rid of that high-quality wheel or downgrade or move around without losing a huge amount of money, which is a really nice thing, I think, with sim racing equipment. Now, and I would say, these answers are too long. I'm really sorry, guys. This video format is terrible, but I'm trying my best. I would say, don't get drawn into the idea of needing like a 4 billion Newton meter direct drive wheel. 12 Newton meters, I think, for the vast majority of sim racers would be way more than enough for you to... You wouldn't need any more. I mean, I've been using the Moser R12 on my rig for like a year. I've used the CSL DD from Fanatec. That's 8 Newton meters for a long time. And I used the DD1. That is actually like 20 Newton meters. But you could sim race for the entirety of your life with a 12 Newton meter DD wheel and never really feel like you'd want to upgrade unless there's something severely wrong with you. Not to say that a 20 Newton meter wheel or 18 Newton meters or thereabout isn't a nice little upgrade, doesn't have some benefits. It does have benefits, but that 12 Newton meters, I would say is a really good sweet spot. If you've got the money to spend, you're happy spending it, and you're going to spend a lot of time sim racing, it's a good place to go. If you're a little bit less money, 8 Newton meters. But yes, again, you don't need to get new wheels. You don't need new equipment. I had a G25 for 5 years. I had a T300 for 3 years. So that was a long period before I got into DD wheel land. Granted, DD wheels didn't exist when I started sim racing. Well, they did, but only in Formula 1 training centres, and they were like £5,000-6,000. So granted, that was probably why we didn't get one. But you can do fine with a basic wheel, and it'll probably, having a lower end wheel will actually hone your skills. Even a gamepad will force you to really focus on racing lines, precise input, and being hyper aware of what you're doing. So in a sense, lower equipment can actually, in some ways, make you a better sim racer, and in some ways can give you bad habits. But there you go. Hopefully that answered your question. I can't tell you what you should spend your money on, but DD wheels are fantastic, but be happy with what you've got. Let me know in the comments, guys, what your questions are. If you think my answer was adequate or terrible, we're going with this format. I like the idea of answering questions from an experienced sim racer's perspective, and I like the idea of you guys correcting me and also giving good answers. I feel like this is worrying. I can't even speak. Worryingly. I feel like this is worryingly constructive and useful information, potentially, which is a disaster for this channel. I never intended for us to be of any value to anything. Right, there you go. Thanks for watching. Happy tea drinking. Not for you, Mr. Rusty coffee mug. Maybe it's rusty because you drink tea and that's why it's a rusty coffee mug. So you're actually a tea drinking. You've left your coffee mug outside. I hope. Take care. Thanks for watching and goodbye, guys.